confirmed number of coronavirus cases in Los Angeles County comes to 395,843. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 7,639. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 2,041, with total confirmed deaths reaching 77. We anticipate those numbers to change as the county updates its last 24-hour operating period. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Rhiannon Trutanich, filling in for Leslie Robbins. It's 4 p.m. on Monday, November 30th. Los Angeles County enacted a new modified Safer at Home order beginning today. As coronavirus cases continue to surge, the county's public health department says the stricter health order will last through December 20th and advises residents to stay at home as much as possible. The stay-at-home order will also impact businesses as many are required to reduce their occupancy drastically. Face coverings must also be worn anytime you're outside of your home. Public and private gatherings are strictly prohibited except for constitutionally protected religious services and protests. Essential businesses must limit their capacity to 35%. Non-essential businesses and activities like outdoor playgrounds and card rooms must close. Retailers like shopping malls can only allow 20% capacity at any given time. Outdoor operations of fitness centers, museums, zoos, aquariums, gardens, and batting cages can continue to operate, but now at a reduced 50% capacity. Beaches, trails, golf courses, tennis courts, pickleball, skate, bike, and community parks can remain open, but gatherings of mixed households are not allowed. And if you're wondering what about schools that were planning to open or have opened, well, the health order says all schools and day camps can stay open if they adhere to reopening protocols. But once a school has 3 or more positive COVID-19 cases over a 14-day period, they must close for 2 weeks. To get the latest updates, be sure to check out the publichealth.lacounty.gov website. Due to the recent modified county health orders, all Torrance Park playgrounds are now closed to the public at least until December 20th. Reverting back to stay-at-home orders at the beginning of this pandemic, park playgrounds and fitness equipment at the parks will once again be roped off. While parks remain open, families are encouraged to avoid playgrounds and practice safety protocols, which includes wearing face masks, even when just walking at the park, social distancing, washing hands often, and using hand sanitizer when water and soap are not available. Families are encouraged to stay home as much as possible to help mitigate the spread of COVID-19. To learn more about the latest COVID-19 guidelines and updates, go to torranceca.gov/COVID-19. As California endures its second wave of coronavirus cases, the nation's top infectious disease expert says the U.S. may see a surge upon a surge in the coming weeks after Thanksgiving. Dr. Anthony Fauci says he doesn't expect the current stay-at-home orders to be relaxed before Christmas, although the targeted date is December 20th. Fauci said in interviews this week to national media outlets that the level of infection in the U.S. would not all of a sudden turn around, and in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we may even see a surge upon a surge. According to data from Johns Hopkins University, the number of daily new COVID-19 cases reported in the U.S. topped 200,000 for the first time just after Thanksgiving. He also said the arrival of vaccines will offer a light at the end of the tunnel. The Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices will meet with the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention to discuss a rollout of the vaccine. He says healthcare workers and those most vulnerable are likely to be among the first to get the vaccine. California Governor Gavin Newsom held a press conference this afternoon to give an update on the state's response to the coronavirus pandemic. Newsom says California should expect another large surge in cases in the next 1 to 2 weeks as a result of Thanksgiving travel, activities, and gatherings. While Governor Newsom says California is doing relatively better than many states in the U.S., ranking 39th in case rates, Still, 51 of 58 counties throughout the state remain in the purple, most restrictive tier, due to the dangerous levels of coronavirus cases. Newsom says those counties could face longer stay-at-home orders in an effort to prevent hospitals from reaching ICU capacity and overwhelming the healthcare system. Newsom says state officials are projecting California to run out of intensive care unit beds before Christmas if current COVID-19 trends continue. He urged the public to make drastic changes in behavior and to follow the stay-at-home orders to try and curb the spread. Governor Newsom also talked about how the state is helping small business owners impacted by the pandemic. The California Rebuilding Fund is a program designed to help businesses try and recover from the financial hardships of COVID-19. The fund was developed as a recommendation from the governor's task force on business and jobs recovery, which emphasized the need to ensure that economic recovery is equitable. Newsom said in a statement, this public-private partnership will give underserved communities across California access to capital, making it for a more inclusive economy. Interested business owners can apply at caloanfund.org. It could be a matter of weeks before the first shipment of COVID-19 vaccines become available. Moderna is the latest pharmaceutical company to announce filing for an emergency use authorization with not only the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, but also with the European Medicines Agency, which is Europe's version of the FDA. This will potentially offer another option to help fight the ongoing pandemic. Moderna, which is given in a 2-dose injection to the arm several weeks apart, uses the new gene technology messenger RNA, similar to Pfizer and BioNTech, which is said to have a shelf life of up to 6 months in a regular freezer and up to a month in a standard refrigerator. Pfizer, on the other hand, says their vaccine must be stored at extreme cold temperatures. Moderna's less stringent storage requirements may bring a sigh of relief to areas that are hard to reach where storing in those temperatures are difficult. Moderna officials say they expect to have about 20 million doses of the vaccine available to ship by the end of 2020 and is on track to manufacture 500 million to 1 billion doses globally in 2021. Pfizer officials say they expect to have 50 million doses globally by next month, with half earmarked for the U.S. Despite warnings from public health officials, more people boarded planes on Thanksgiving Eve than any day since March. While Sunday's airport travel numbers were far lower than last year's record highs over Thanksgiving weekend, it was still the busiest air travel day since the start of the pandemic. As travelers headed home after the holiday weekend, the Transportation Security Administration reported screening more than 1.1 million people just on Sunday alone, with an average of 800,000 travelers the day before and after Thanksgiving. This is a staggering drop compared to nearly 2.8 million travelers that went through security checkpoints the same time last year. With millions having traveled this holiday weekend, health officials are asking the public to self-quarantine and avoid spending time with those most vulnerable to avoid potentially spreading COVID-19. According to the American Automobile Association, up to 50 million Americans traveled over the Thanksgiving weekend on the ground and in the air. Dr. Deborah Birx, the White House Coronavirus Response Coordinator, says anyone who traveled this past week to visit with family and friends or hosted guests outside of their immediate household should quarantine, avoid people over 65, and assume that they have been exposed and consider getting a test in the next week. The U.S. reached more than 13.5 million, leading the global count in coronavirus cases. According to the CDC, nearly 60% of the spread of COVID-19 is through asymptomatic carriers. This year's Black Friday spending hit record highs. According to data from Adobe Analytics, consumer spending was estimated at $9 billion on Black Friday this year, compared to $7.4 billion in 2019. That's an increase of more than 20%. It was the second largest online spending day in U.S. history, coming in behind Cyber Monday of last year. And if you're wondering how people shopped, well, about 40% was done on smartphones, and many heeded warnings about avoiding crowds and took advantage of curbside pickups, which increased by more than 50%. Products in high demand were toys like Hot Wheels, hoverboards, and Lego sets, and top-selling video games were Animal Crossing and Super Mario 3D. And the top-selling electronics was Apple AirPods, Apple Watches, Amazon Echo, and Samsung TVs. According to economists, today's Cyber Monday sales may also make history with an estimated spending at $10 to $12 billion. While the weekend may have brought a boost to many retailers, one popular women's clothing chain is looking to close up about 20% of their brick-and-mortar stores by the end of January 2021. FRANCESCA'S announced plans to shut 140 of its 700 stores nationwide. In a filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission, company officials say they may need to file for bankruptcy if the company is unable to raise sufficient capital to continue to fund operations and pay its obligations. The popular clothing store catering to teens and young adults with its trendy fashions and accessories reported net sales for its fiscal second quarter down nearly 30%. There is a FRANCESCA'S located in the outdoor village at Del Amo Fashion Center. It's unclear which of the 140 stores will close in the new year. College-bound students will have a few extra days to get their UC applications in. The University of California system tweeted Sunday night that they extended the deadline for fall 2021 admission to this Friday, December 4th, due to technical difficulties. The deadline, which was set to expire today, was extended as there was an outage last night, preventing students from getting their applications in on time. Officials are encouraging applicants to apply as soon as possible despite the deadline. Small Business Week continues here in Torrance. In 2010, American Express founded Small Business Saturday to take place the day after Black Friday, and the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce has expanded that idea by making it a week-long campaign. Residents are encouraged to support local businesses now more than ever, as many continue to struggle to stay open through this pandemic. The Chamber's Shop Local campaign runs until December 5th. Nearly 50 local businesses are participating in the Shop Local Small Business Week and are offering special deals. According to data from Adobe Analytics, smaller retailers saw a 545% surge in sales on Black Friday compared to an average day last month ahead of Small Business Saturday. You can check out the full list at torrancechamber.com. The wait is almost over as the world-famous Randy's donut chain is expanding and opening its newest location here in Torrance. On December 1st, Randy's will welcome donut fans to their Torrance shop on Hawthorne Boulevard near Lomita Boulevard. And in true Randy's fashion, customers will be able to score a free donut. Just drop by between 6 a.m. and noon tomorrow for a free glazed donut, or follow them on social media and get your freebie between noon and 8 p.m. A small ribbon cutting will be held to kick off the grand opening. Randy's touts 60 different varieties of donuts. The chain was founded in the city of Inglewood in 1962, opened a Pasadena location in September, and also has locations in Century City, El Segundo, and Downey, with future locations announced for Santa Monica and Costa Mesa. The City of Torrance welcomes a new Community Services Department Director today. John LaRock most recently served as the Community Services Director in the City of Redondo Beach for the past 5 years. LaRock has more than 30 years of experience in professional, nonprofit, and local government sectors. LaRock follows a long line of dedicated professionals who've served in this role for the city for the past 86 years, including outgoing director John Jones, who has dedicated 45 years to serving the Torrance community. We also wish him well upon his retirement. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share stories from our community, feel-good pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. Volunteers and donations poured in to help make Torrance Memorial Medical Center's Thanksgiving food drive a huge success. More than 300 Thanksgiving meal items, along with nearly $1,600 in cash and gift cards, were donated to their community partner, Harbor Interfaith, a nonprofit that supports homeless, low-income families and those struggling to achieve self-sufficiency. They offer transitional housing, food, job placement, childcare, education, and life skill training. What a great opportunity for community members to give back, and what a great partnership to help those in need. Now, if you have a great story to share, email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. We'd love to hear from you. Well, that's our update for COVID-19 today. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. I'll be back here in the studio to bring you the latest. Be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Greetings, I'm Alan Petker, Artistic Director of the Los Cancioneros Master Chorale. You know what we need more than anything else this coming holiday season? A concert with a choir, an orchestra, and outstanding soloists. And that's exactly what we will deliver on December 13 at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I am pleased to announce the Los Cancioneros Master Chorale Holiday Concert, We Need a Little Christmas, with featured guest artist Aaron Blake. This will be a virtual concert that we are taping in the next few weeks. Besides internationally recognized tenor Aaron Blake, we will also include some of our own solo artists, select archive performance clips from previous holiday concerts, an interview with renowned composer Sean Kirchner, and much more. To watch the premiere on December 13 at 4 p.m., visit our website, lcmasterchorale.com. Although the concert is free, the Los Cancioneros Master Chorale would appreciate your support with a donation of $25 or more. Please don't miss it. It will be wonderful and great for the holiday season.